Okay, I have my hot glue gun heating up, and I have my toner refill here. So I'm going to remove the lid off that, and then there's a seal here. Again, I wish they did a little better job of this, but you want to be really careful to not let this stuff fall into the toner itself, because if that gets in the cartridge, you'll have a heck of a mess. You may just have a brick on your hands. I'm sure every little kit is about a little different, but you're going to want to attach that nice and securely. And then I kind of hold it at an angle, and you shake the toner in there. And it's this is messy. I don't think there's any other way around it. It's just messy. It's going to take a while of patiently putting the toner in there. And it's still going to get everywhere. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here very well. We'll see on the video. How this works. I'll probably cut quite a bit out. I have actually, now that I've rebuilt some of these, I've rebuilt 4 or 5 of them. I kind of got the process down. I'm sure I'll get even better yet. Just using this process I'm showing you here, I have better toner cartridges than the either rebuilt ones or the aftermarket ones. I have really good success with refurbishing these guys. Just a lot of work. I suppose it takes about an hour per cartridge. And then what you really need to do is have 2 sets of these cartridges. One that's always ready to go, and then another set when you have time you're going to refill. Because plan on spending a whole afternoon refilling these guys. Which I don't know if that's worth your time or not. It's about $100, $200, depending on which cartridges you get, or more, to get replacement cartridges. Notice this is making a really big mess. There's just really no way to do it and be perfectly clean. What would be nice, and I've heard some of the older cartridges, I haven't found them yet, actually have a little plug you pull off on the end, and you can just dump the toner in, but not here. The one thing that is good about these cartridges is the waste collector is not in the cartridge itself, so these are a little easier to rebuild. It's actually below in the machine under the cartridges, and I haven't got far enough along where I've had to empty that yet. Now, in another video, there's other parts of the printer that can be serviced. I may do videos on those as well. Now, the fuser occasionally needs to be cleaned, but I can't do it because that is the heart of the printer, and I don't want to skimp on my cheaper alcohol over there. You really need high, I don't know, with the high solution of alcohol. You don't want any water or very little water in that. Or whatever they cut that alcohol with. You want it to be as pure as you can get it. So if you make a mess here, don't feel bad. I work really hard to try and not make a mess and look at what's happening. So I think we're pretty well empty. Open this up. Good God, there's just a little bit left in here. I don't even know if I can, whoa, getting it all over my freaking table, not in the cartridge. This is what happens when you get impatient towards the end And yeah, we're empty. I'm actually going to save this little nozzle thing here because sometimes when you order it, they don't come with that, and I'll clean that up after the video. Throw that away. Now the fun begins. We got to get this toner off the top, and we will seal that hole. So here I do need a paper towel with a little alcohol on it. And I'm just going to dab here because I don't want to get it wet and then push it back into the hole or accidentally knock it back into that hole. I just want to, you know, be very careful I don't put any junk in this port, this fill port. Okay, I'll wait a couple seconds for that to dry. Alcohol dries very quickly. We're dry as a bone. Now I'm going to be careful to kind of suspend my hot glue over the hole and not let it get in the hole. So let that dry. Maybe burn the finger a little bit. I'm going to take some of this excess off the side. Come back to the other side. Pretty well sealed there. I'm going to remove some of these fingers, and it'll take a couple minutes. Actually flip it over, get a little toner on there so it'll stick together. Maybe that wasn't the best idea, but it's gonna take a couple seconds for that to dry. Get rid of this extra mess while we're waiting. New newspapers down. And I'm going to try and shake some of this extra off. Wipe it down a little bit because you don't want this to be setting on your countertop or even in your cabinet with all this toner setting on it. Just give it a quick knock here. If I can get some of this off the bottom. That's really dry. Here's where the vacuum attachment like this comes in handy. Now we're going to really clean it up. Of course, try and keep this away from the drum itself because you don't want to get any hair or crap inadvertently from the attachment into your cartridge. clean my hands off here really quick. I'm actually seem to be making the cartridge more dirty myself than I'm cleaning off of it. Just knock off some of this loose toner on my hands. The last step is the shake step. So we're going to shake this really good. Tap it to get that toner we just put in there all throughout the cartridge. There's actually one final step after this, and that's to do a test print and see how good a job you did refilling your toner. Now this is actually one of my backup cartridges. As I mentioned, I have 2 sets of cartridges, and so I'm not going to need to do a test print. I'm pretty sure we did a good job here too. So just shake it for, I don't know, a couple minutes. Maybe even just 30 seconds, whatever you feel comfortable with. And when you buy your aftermarket cartridges, make sure to save this piece here, as well as the packaging, because then you can just stuff it back in your cabinet and be good to go. You can, if you want, spin the drum and see how consistently it coats, and that is just nothing short of beautiful. We don't have any real streaks in that, just a really nice even cover of toner on the drum. So we're pretty well refurbished. There you go. You have now learned how to refurbish your first Brother cartridge. And the cool thing is this, it costs, you know, you gotta buy some parts and supplies here, which you may already have in your house. It only costs a few bucks for this toner refill. I'm going to provide a link to Amazon where you can get some of these supplies and do this on your own. Yeah, I get a few bucks if you buy something, which I really appreciate. It allows me to sit down and make these videos for you and help you out. If you have any questions as well, feel free to post those below the video. I'm happy to chat with you. Or if you have some suggestions for me, I'd love to hear about them.